You know those moments, right? The ones that happen in a split second but change everything. A slip on a wet floor, a car suddenly braking, a burn from a hot pan. We have a word we use for all of them. Yeah, we call them accidents. And that word, it kind of suggests it's just bad luck, random, fate. Like a motorcycle crash, it feels like the classic definition of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But what if that's not the right way to look at it at all? What if these events aren't random? Well, there's a whole field of science, injury epidemiology, that shows injuries follow very clear, predictable patterns. And here's the game changer. If they're predictable, that means they're preventable. So let's do this. Let's be detectives for a bit. To crack the case of an injury, we first need to get our investigator's toolkit ready. These are the basic ideas that let us piece together all the clues. Okay, first up in the toolkit is the host. Super simple. The host is just the person who gets hurt. So in our motorcycle crash scenario, the host is the driver. Got it. Next, we've got the agent. Now this is the actual force that does the damage. So think about it. It's not the car itself, but the energy from the car's speed. That's what gets transferred and causes the harm. So how does that destructive energy actually get to the host? Well, that's where the vector comes in. The vector is the thing that delivers the energy. In this case, it's the motorcycle itself that carries the force of that crash to the driver. And last but not least, we have the environment. This is the whole scene. What was going on? Were the roads slick? Was there a broken traffic light? Was it a super congested intersection? All of these conditions are absolutely crucial clues. All right, so now we have our main clues: the host, the agent, the vector, and the environment. But we need a place to organize them, to see the whole picture. For that, injury investigators have this awesome tool called the Haddon Matrix. Think of it like the giant evidence board in a detective movie. See, the whole point isn't just to figure out why something happened. The real goal is to figure out how to stop it from happening again. This matrix helps us answer the most important question of all. How can we intervene before, during, and even after an injury? And here it is. It lays it all out beautifully. Look, across the top, you've got our key players: host, vector, environment. And then down the side, you have the timeline: pre-event, the event itself, and post-event. Every single one of these 9 boxes is a chance to make a difference. Before the crash, better driver training. During the crash, a helmet. After the crash, a fast ambulance. It just brilliantly shows that prevention isn't one thing, it's a whole bunch of things working together. So, we have the framework. We have our evidence board. But where do investigators get the facts to fill in all those boxes? Well, let's get into the next phase, the actual clue gathering. A real investigator always starts with a very specific question. Something like this: what are the exact circumstances of motorcycle crashes that are bad enough to send someone to the hospital? This isn't just a random guess, it's a focused search for patterns. And the answers are hiding in the data. So investigators, they dig into everything. We're talking police reports, hospital charts, insurance claims, even death certificates. And for really tough issues like violence, they use specialized surveys to get the real story. But just having a pile of numbers doesn't tell you much. To really see what's going on, investigators turn that raw data into rates, like fatalities per 100,000 people. This lets them make fair comparisons and spot trends over time. It turns a bunch of isolated incidents into powerful evidence. And this is where it all comes together. This is the resolution to our case. All that hard work, gathering clues, filling out the matrix, crunching the numbers, it all leads to one thing: taking what we've learned and making a real-world impact. It really boils down to this 4-step path. You start by collecting the data. Then you analyze it to find the patterns. That analysis helps you design a smart intervention, like a new helmet law or a safer intersection design. And the result? The final goal is prevention. And this right here is the big takeaway from our whole investigation. The moment we stop calling injuries accidents and start seeing them as solvable problems, everything changes. Understanding the science isn't just for academics. It literally gives us the power to save lives. So, I'll leave you with this to think about. Put on your detective hat and look at the world around you. What accidents, in your own home, at your job, or in your town, might not be so accidental after all? And once you see the pattern, what could be done to solve the case?